The technological revolution is upon us, evident in the widespread use, or rather is the widespread use, of artificial intelligence among a slew of other new forms of technology. Now, this means many of today's students are poised to work in careers that haven't yet been invented. This also begs the question, are universities doing enough to prepare graduates for the uncertain future of work? To help us unpack this, we are joined by life coach Dr. Sanele Gamede. Dr. Gamede, a pleasure to have you on the program this evening. Firstly, what are the biggest challenges do you think facing graduates who are entering the job market today?
Thank you so much for having me. I think the most scary part is the notion that is out there that there are no opportunities. So it scares them. I'm dealing with it at the University of Johannesburg, where the third years are already worked up because there is that notion out there that there are no job opportunities. There are a lot of graduates that are sitting at home. So that's the first thing that scares them. And it goes to a point where it makes others even lose hope. Yes.
I mentioned AI earlier on in my intro.
Yes.
Let's speak to this aspect. How have technological advancements indeed changed the landscape of career opportunities in this country?
It has in the global world, but in this country we are still, getting there. I don't want us to take the whole idea that we are fully there. We are not yet fully there, but we have seen some of the jobs being replaced by technology and AI, and it's a pity that our South African market and South African education, to a certain extent, it hasn't equipped young people to understand AI. Even in the classroom, we still say to young people they shouldn't use or chat GPT to actually work on their assignment, instead of guiding students on how to use this and how to use it ethically.
Yeah.
So I think technology is there. It is dealing harshly with other industries, but some industries are still, fine, if I may put it in that way.
And speaking to that aspect, I want to ride on it because I want to get a sense, especially you come from an educational background.
Yes.
Are educational institutions, like UJ for instance, adapting to indeed prepare students for these new career paths that we're talking about?
It's an interesting one because I'm a lecturer, so I don't want to sound as if we are not doing. But as you are saying, as you are asking this question, I'm actually thinking of asking young people a question back to say, are they actually willing? Are they actually wanting to leave tertiary ready for the job market? Because what I've noticed is many young people recently, they just want the paper, they want the certificate. And even when you try, they push back. And I'm not trying to justify that some institutions, they still offer qualifications that the job market isn't really interested in. And some of the qualifications can, if I may put it in a lack of a better word, can be combined, because you find someone who has done sociology who can be an administrator. You find someone who have done community communication who can do development and be there in project management and all of that, which means some of the qualifications necessarily probably they need to be combined or something like that. So we have a crisis. The curriculum review has to be robust in many institutions so that it meets the market out there.
Right. But would you say, from what you've observed, that there are particular skills that are becoming increasingly important, especially in this day and age? I mean, we did mention in the intro that there are some careers that are yet to even be invented, given the pace at which technology is moving.
And I always say, my brother, to a young person, whenever you choose a career, start to think of a career that you haven't heard of. I think that's a better start. When this career sounds like, woo, I think that's where you need to go to, because it means there are no people there, or there are few people in that industry. And we do have careers that are needed, and they will be forever needed. And I think young people, if we were to talk about choosing a career, we will channel those young people to those careers instead of careers that I wouldn't say they are redundant, but I will say they are too saturated. We have many graduates that are there, and it's also caused by young people who want to do choosing any career just because they're scared of sitting at home.
I want to ride on that because there are a lot of graduates also sitting at home without any employment opportunities. How can graduates better position themselves to really stand out, especially in a competitive job market like what South Africa has?
I think the first and I think the most important thing that I normally say or mention when I do employability coaching with many young people is the fact that you need to think of skills. Even those that are at tertiary as we speak, I want you to think of what are the skills that I'm getting from this degree, from this qualification. Because I made a video recently and I said the people of Israel, they were liberated by Moses, and Moses was carrying a stick and he was told, use that stick. And I was saying the skills that you got in your degree are the ones that are going to liberate you in this dark cloud of unemployment. I want you as a young person to look at the skills that you have. If I were to do a quick step-by-step, I will share 4 steps to say, I want you to look at the qualifications that you have. And I want you to look at what skills have you obtained from the qualifications, from the previous work experience, and in life in general. And I want you to look at what companies, organizations, and departments are looking for someone who has those skills. And I want you to, number 4, to look at how can you reach out to those people. If you see that Newzroom is looking for someone like you, how do you reach out? And the last step will be, of course, being called for an interview. And the most important thing, if you want to position yourself, is to think skills. And I was reading, and I continue to read posts on LinkedIn where young people, they think they're selling themselves. But all they tell us is, I have a degree from the University of Johannesburg. They are not saying, I am capable of doing this, I have done this, and I was given this task, these are the results that I've produced. It's all about, I have this qualification, I have this qualification, which everyone has.
We are running out of time, but before I let you go, Doc, let's speak to the point of internships or practical work. How important are these mechanisms, especially to maybe call it improve a person's employability?
It is going to improve your employability, and let us not forget volunteering. Because people have moved, I think, because of the economy. But internships are going to improve. But I said to that small video that I shared on TikTok, if you are still going to call yourself just an intern, it's not going to improve you. Because an internship is a step towards the door of being permanently employed. Use that opportunity to showcase what you can do. But use that opportunity to learn and to showcase what you can do and harness your skills so that the employer will actually hire you.
Doc, let's get your parting shot. Maybe a message to a young person who may be watching this program feeling almost dejected or feeling that their prospects of finding employment or even creating opportunities themselves are almost non-existent right now. What message would you give to that person? And
please allow me not to be motivational right now, because I know a young person is not looking for a motivational speaker. I will say you have gone far to give up now. I mean, you have this qualification. It means you have a fair shot. I don't want to say, like I always, it's possible because it's doable. But it is possible because it's doable. Be patient with yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. If you need to take a break from looking for a job, take a week break and come back the following week, because it can be daunting to look for a job and receive no response.
Dr. Sanele Gamede, thank you so much for your time, really sharing his insights and invaluable knowledge as we navigate the complexities of the job market.